I'm the Magpie, and this Monday I am here to present Wet, which is a spring reverb pedal in its absolutely rawest form. I think that's a good way to put it. Available right now over on magpiepedals.com if you want to pick one up. And it's worth mentioning actually that the ones that are up now in the web shop, plus a handful of more that I'm building, these are the only Wet pedals that I ever intend to make. So it's not a pedal that I intend to like continue developing on or make more of in the future at all. So primarily because I think it's really interesting and fun to do it like this, because Wet was never really intended to be. It's actually, completely derivative of the feedback organ. I just took the feedback organ circuit and I replaced the speaker in the feedback organ with a spring tank. Aside from that, all I'm doing is changing the capacitor value. So by simply switching capacitor value on the capacitor running the signal right into the spring tank, it affects tone quite a bit, which is very interesting because it can start somewhat oscillating together with the tone that you're putting into it. It's like some frequencies get the springs to wobble more. It's just fascinating stuff. And yeah, here's just a volume knob, and that's gonna be your very best friend together with the other ones, because it can get really loud. Like really loud, like whoa, especially if you go like all the way on that capacitor. So yeah, capacitors, that's a rotary switch. So you just hard pick one. And then we have a drive circuit, which is same as in the feedback organ that just drives the signal. Then we have this massive boost that is just into the springs. So if we have a little bit of a listen to it, first with synth sounds and then we move on. You can hear how it's cutting so much low end with the smallest value on a capacitor, and then it can go this muffled sounding also. It's like you have the full spectrum of sizes of cans that you're playing inside of. And of course, as the name suggests, we don't have a dry mix at all. It is that raw, so it's more of a sound effect machine type thing rather than a professional spring reverb pedal. At least that's the way I approach it. And I'm the creator, so I decide what it is. Might as well mention also this tiny PCB right here, which is the nameplate of Wet. You can take it off and you can solder that up and you have a secret circuit on the other side of it. Of course, I also included the triple bypass circuit that I have developed together with my friend Analog Weapon for all the Magpie pedals. So you can put it in a tap tempo mode. Which is really, really cool. Because you can very much use Wet as an instrument of sorts in itself. Like if you turn all the knobs up. Since included in the triple bypass, you can have that momentary hold on, so as soon as you release it, it stops going. So kind of cool if you want to make those types of sounds. But if we continue with a little bit of synth sounds, you know, this is very dry, kind of boring arpeggio. all the way up there. I actually think that having it together with an instrument like this is probably gonna be really cool. Yeah, that was really cool. But as you can see, all of these three things greatly affect where you have to put the volume. And that's just caveat of the technology being as primitive as it is. I guess I could have worked with limiters or compressors or anything like that, but I think that's more of a post-production type thing. The rawest spring reverb ever made limits nothing, no one. Not super cool for drums, but if you want to make some really dark drum stuff, then it's definitely possible. But it's like, since it is as wet as it possibly can be, based on just, you know, reverberating springs, it's gonna sound like that. But a guitar is not a drum, according to some people. So that's probably gonna sound more like a guitar. instant Billy Bragg. Consider it more of a fuss. I hope that I have given you an opportunity to hear a lot of different sounds. So that's gonna be it for this video. I simply wanted to showcase all of the different sounds rather than make music or anything of that nature at all. Because the marketing is not art.